Good evening. Welcome to everybody for jumping in the chat today. Now, I don't know if you can hear it or not, but I've got the heater pumping in this room today. I've got my Jethro Cardi in case I need it. If the heater gets too loud, you got to tell me because it's really loud for me, but it's also worth it for me. So let me know if it is too loud for you. So this week's chat, you could probably tell by the thumbnail, I've done no craft this week, and that is really weird. So, but to clarify that, I went out with some friends on Sunday and did some craft then, but aside from that, I've done no craft this week. So I'm still up to the same place on Sleeve Island, honestly. It's exactly the same place. And I don't even know what craft I feel like working on, truth be told. My brain's somewhere else. And that's okay because that happens. Let me know in the chat if you ever get this thing. If you ever get the thing where you've actually got some time to chat. However, time to craft. I'm reading the chat. You got some time to craft. However, you're like, I don't even know what to craft. And then you get stuck in Ravelry for hours. Like, maybe I should just start something new. And then you could have been knitting all that time or crocheting all that time, but you didn't. Or you end up like scrolling on your phone, which this is more where I end up at the moment, is I'll go to check something in my phone and then totally be detoured into something else and then into something else. And I'll just check this other thing while I'm here, because a lot of my work I can do on my phone. So I instantly just get back into work mode. This is a time where we can just not be in work mode, like not like, let me know. Let me check in the chat. Everyone is jumping in. Crochet with Claire is in the house. How you doing, Claire? You were first in the chat today. Yeah, it's great. I can't wait to see what you've got in store, what I've got in store for you. Well, I've got a couple of options. There's some options and I'm going to talk to you about the options. Bambi has made it. So good to see you, Bambi. And Bianca is here as well. Thank you for jumping in. Red Hooks is back in the house. It's so good to see you, Red Hooks. Mandolin Detour. That sounds very, very Star Warsy. Okay. But it's probably not. It's probably got nothing to do with Star Wars, but for some reason that's where I went. Bianca says, I'm getting an ad for a residential elevator. I wonder how I fit into that criteria. Yeah, that's an odd one. That is an odd one. Oh, your name's Tracy. Now, Tracy, I'm gonna tell you straight up, I'm terrible with names, unless I can put a face to the name. I'm terrible with names. So I may keep referring to you as Mandolin. So I'm very sorry if you don't like that, but you can actually go in and change that. So you need to Google how to change your YouTube handle. If you want people to call you Tracy, you should probably put Tracy in your YouTube handle. Just to throw that out there. You don't have to. I'm just saying. Bianca says, I can hear I'm assuming the heater. I can hear it, but only just. So bearable, it's bearable because I would like to keep it on because my house, not bearable. It's cold. It's real cold in here today. I mean, I got socks, I got long legs, I got this, I've got a jumper on me. It's not on because I like to move my arms. Leanne has made it. It's good to see you, Leanne. No, you don't need a late note. We're still in the informal. It's always informal, right? Hello to all the chat. Debs has made it. So good to see you, Debs. So have any of you been in that position, right, where you've technically got the time to do the craft, but your brain just focused on other stuff instead? You use that time for other stuff. Not necessarily stuff that needed doing right at that moment. You could have legit used it for craft, but you didn't. Like, I just want to point out, it's so cold in here that I went in our house. I went out to see Louis, who is my little dog. Normally he would have followed me in to sit in his little spot in here, and he is quite literally still wrapped up in a blanket out in the lounge room. He is not moving. Just letting you know that you know me is all. Okay. All right. Is this Tracy who I know in real life, Tracy, who comes to Caffeinated Crafters, Tracy? Because if it is, hi, and welcome to a Thursday chat. You don't normally make it. Haha to us being formal at all. Yeah, right? That's not what we do here. Now, beverages today, I have loads of water. This is full of water. I would show it to you, but just because it's a clear liquid does not prove it's water, right? But it is water. It is. In here, this is a special one for me today. I didn't just make a coffee. I went with, I actually made myself a latte today, a double shot latte. I mean, it's a big container, so it needs the double shot, but a double shot latte. Usually I'm a long black girl and I go with the long black coffee with a little dash of milk in the top. I call it my Bogan Fancy Instant, but apparently it's just a long black. Bogan Fancy Instant sounds much better in my mind. And so, but this is made all on milk. I don't normally do that, but I felt like that today. You know, sometimes your taste buds are just like, you know what you really need? You really need just that extra milk. So that's what I'm having. Right this minute, as a matter of fact, it's still really quite hot. And that's the other thing. When I make them with all milk, they're much hotter than I make when I make a long black. So good. So happy with that. All right. So, look, this week it's been a write-off craft-wise. I've gotten tons of work done. I've gotten heaps and heaps of stuff done. So I'm not, it's not like I'm not getting anything done, but I'm not getting any craft done. So, you know, and it's just one of these things. I'm just not getting any of that craft done now. I haven't worn the mods, and I probably should have worn the mods because I'm announcing something today, and I haven't given them a link, and they're going to have to go hunting for the link, so bear with them for a minute. Leanne, Leanne, you need to go hunting for a link. Are you ready? Because last week, an email went out to everybody who had filled out the expressions of interest form over on YouTube, and those that are channel members also got a note here. And over on the Discord that this thing is happening, and so because they have opted in for these things, they may have gotten in a little bit early. But right now, what is happening right this second is the Fiberific Sunshine Retreat is now officially open to the public. If you want to get in and secure your seat, you need to go in and purchase a ticket. That is the only way to do it. So you need to go in and you need to do that. We do have a limited number of tickets, and as those on the expressions of interest form, we're able to go in early for early bird preferencing. There's not a lot of tickets left. So if you want to come and join us for the Fiberific Sunshine Coast Retreat that's happening next year in May, all the dates and information and everything is on the page, all of the things that are included. So your bedding is included, all your meals are included, the workroom is included. What else is included? I don't know. Laughing? No, you get to choose, because if you're not a laughing person and I say laughing is included and they're like, well, where's my laughing? And it's just like, well, I'm sorry, I can't laugh for you. But lots of fun, lots of time with creatives and chatting, and we get to be in our workroom basically all night. So if you're the kind of crafter that likes to sleep in late and skip breakfast and then be up until 2 a.m. crafting, you can do that. You can sit up in that room and you can do that. I wouldn't recommend you do that in your sleeping room unless your fellow sleeping buddy agrees to it, because having the light on might tick people off. Or it just came to me, bring some extra blankets and make yourself a bunk fort, because everyone's got bunks, right? Like there's no one sleeping in the top bunks, but you could actually put blankets all around the sides so that if you wanted to sit in your blanket fort and keep crafting with your own little light on in there, you could totally do that. You could totally do that. You've got to make sure it's thick enough blankets that light doesn't come through, so you may need to make a blanket fort at home and just test it. Here we are, testing blanket forts for camp. But you can absolutely come along. You can join in. I personally think you may as well just stay up in the crafting room. It's got heating. It's warm. You know, just do that. And get in and do that. So let's have a look here. Let's see if I can grab the link before Leanne. Copy link into the chat. Command B. There we go. That is the link to go and find the retreats and purchase your ticket to join us. Blanket forts. Yes, blanket forts. You don't have to make a blanket fort. You can totally just lay on a bed like a normal human and then sleep when everyone wants to turn the lights off in the room. There's only 2 people per room, so, you know, you can... Oh, Leanne, I totally beat you. Totally beat you this time round. I'm not at all, like, doing a dance on that, but that's just what happened. Oh, I'm itchy nose. But anyway, so there's only a limited number of seats left. Let me have a look at, like, as of right now, there is 11 spots left out of 30. So we had lots of people jump in early and get their early bird tickets. There are options for payment plans if you book in before September. After that, we need to have a discussion if you want to have a payment plan. But if you book your payment plan in before the 1st of September, so by the 30th of August, it will totally start, because the payment plan starts on the 1st of September. So if you book in on the 30th of August, your first payment plan payment will be due on the 1st of September. So that's something to keep in mind. So booking in now, you pay a 20% deposit, so $104. And then on the 1st of September, you get the next section, which is like the next payment will be due. And then after that, on the 1st of each month will be a payment of $54 due. And then that will spread your payments out over the year. Then we're all paid up and ready in time for a retreat in May. Now, if you've already booked your retreat ticket, you need to make sure that you have filled out also, there's a Google form document, and that will tell me the information like who you want to bunk with, and are you allergic to things that we shouldn't be giving you so you don't die at retreat, you know, or be very uncomfortable. Like, all these things are in that form. So if you have not yet filled out that form, you need to also let me know either via DM or email is probably better, because then I can just forward it to you. So yeah, so if you haven't filled out that form, then let me know, and we'll go from there. Crochet with Claire says, retreats are good for your soul. I look forward to your mountain retreat every year. It feeds my soul like no other thing can, because mountain retreat is in like 15 days. I'm so excited. I'm so like, oh, it's coming. It's so nearly here. I'm getting the goodie bags ready. I'm getting everything sorted. Tim and Abby actually leave for a holiday on Saturday. So I'm going to like take over the house and just spread all the retreat stuff out so I can sort it all easier and however I want to. So yeah. We're grown. Yes, us. We're grown adults. Us. Also us. Blanket forts. Yeah. Hello. Let me know in the chat if you are pro or anti blanket fort. Just write pro or anti. I'm pro blanket fort. I mean, we could do it as a poll, but I don't want to. So there we go. So I am pro blanket forts. Leanne says, sorry, my brain couldn't think where to grab the link from. It's all good, Leanne. It's absolutely all good. 15 days. Is it 30 days? September, April, June, and November. All the rest of 31. It might be 16 days. It starts on the 14th of August, so you do the math, all right? I can't do the math. Obviously, I'm live streaming, and my brain just went, math, no. Calendars, no. Leanne says, it's so close for your August retreat. I'm excited for you all. Yeah, it's gonna be brilliant. I'm so excited. I'm actually super pumped for it. Honestly, it is. I need to just go somewhere where the internet is janky and just focus on things that I want to focus on, which is like you guys and craft and Leonie cooking us food and just toddling off back to our little rooms and spending time with people that we don't get to see in real life very often. I'm having one of these, you know, it's like this time of the year, right? We all know what happens at this time of the year. There's all the big YouTuber events and I can't go to any of them, right? And so I get all like sad that I can't spend any time, but then I actually get to spend time with you guys, and I love that. And I'm so glad I made these events purely selfishly. It's selfish, I know, but just so I can hang out in a room with people who love the same things I do. That's it. Also, I get to have my table and I can spread my craft out and no one walks past going, oh my God, are you going to clean that mess up before you go to bed? No, I'm not. I'm going to leave it right here, go to bed and come back, and everything's going to be exactly where I want it. That's what's happening. So yeah, very excited. Crochet with Claire is pro blanket fort. Suspicious Potato, also pro. I had a feeling you were pro blanket fort. Absolutely thought you were pro blanket fort. Tracy, pro blanket fort. Red Hooked, also pro. Bianca, who has never thought about this. Bianca, why have you never thought about blanket forts? I'm so curious now. But Bianca, also pro. Suspicious Potatoes comes back with a blanket forts all day. Yeah, absolutely. Gabby's in the house. Gabby says she's pro fort. Absolutely. You guys are legends. See, there's so many things that we agree on and there's things we disagree on, but it seems we all agree that blanket forts rule. No putting away the craft. Yeah. And you walk away and you come back and it's exactly how you left it. Unless, of course, you didn't leave it how you thought you left it and you just left it how you left it, because that happens. I thought I was finished that bit. No, you weren't. You had just set it out ready to do today. And your brain went, yay, it's done. No. Now, who in the chat is coming to the mountain retreat in 2 weeks? Let me know. I'm going to ask some questions in here today. Who's coming to the mountain retreat? I know not everybody who is coming is in the live stream. And I also know that not everybody who is not in the live stream is everybody who's coming. So that's good too. Ooh, dying in the fiber pods. Excellent. So Francis, are you pro or anti blanket fort? Just checking. I'm just temperature checking the room. You know what? I'm like, where's my tissue today? No, I didn't bring one in. I moved some dust around in the house yesterday and I have been a mess ever since, honestly. My hay fever is just going, oh, like, because I'm allergic to dust, which is just dumb because I've dust everywhere. And then if I try to do the dusting so that there's no dust for me to be allergic to, the dust that lifts gets me. Even if I use a damp cloth and make it so it doesn't, I don't breathe it in, there's still bits that get me every time. Deb's coming, Bianca's coming, Claire's coming, Tracy's coming. Awesome. I have to put the craft away. In fact, I can barely craft it all lately due to a kitten. I crafted with the kitten around. I crafted different stuff, obviously, because you can't be crafting with silk when kittens are around. They just eat it and then it's ruined. But I crafted, and so I could train kitten that no to yarn. No yarn for you. Didn't work. Macy was very, very, she's ginger, so she very much let us know that, no, she will eat the damn yarn. But poor Macy is not with us anymore. Oh, Francis is pro fort. Excellent, pro fort. Bianca said, that would be a few too many people, anyone who isn't here today coming to retreat. Yeah, that would be a couple more people. I'd be like, hi, Leones, there's some extra people coming. I know we're limited to 16 at this venue, but here is the billions of people who are the population of the planet. Can you make s'more scones? Oh. Looks like signal dropped. Am I back? I don't know what happened there. YouTube is saying it's not getting enough signal again. So, yeah, I'm not quite sure what's going on. I don't understand why it does this stuff. Seriously, it ticks me off every time. The only time I didn't get it was when I streamed in full 4K with all the 4K stuff running. and I don't want to stream in 4K. I don't want to, honestly, but I'm gonna have to. Next week we start streaming in 4K because the only way I'm gonna get it so this signal doesn't drop, which is so dumb. What was I gonna look for? Yeah, a little buffering, but you can see me. That's good. Oh, that's what I was going to do. I was going to run a speed test because I forgot to run one before I started the stream, which is stupid. But I was having no issues, and I ran a speed test yesterday, and it was fine. So let me run a speed test. We'll see if the problem is the internet or if it's me or, you know, what the go is. Let me just run the speed test. That's fine. That's good. The download's always good. Download's never the problem, right? It's always like, oh, crazy amounts of download. Yeah, but then upload. No, but what I think it is, and I've had a discussion with the Ecamm peep, that they're like, oh no, we refine. Yeah, the upload's fine as well. See, it's not my internet. Anyway, I've had a few buffering sessions. I've had a few minutes of spinning Wheel of Doom. That seems backwards. Well, I mean, no, because the downloads is not what impacts a live stream at all. It's you uploading and pushing data out. You have to have some download, but you need more upload. So yeah, but no, my speed test is totally fine. Now it says the stream is healthy. I did nothing. Stream is health is excellent. I did nothing. I did absolutely nothing. All right. YouTube aside, thanks YouTube for, it's probably Ecamm signal into YouTube because Ecamm, there's no way for me just to go, I want this signal. It's like we do it dynamically and awesomely so that there's more chances of failure. Thanks. So I'm loving that. I would just like to be able to go, I would like this bit rate, please. Boom, done. That's the bit rate I'm sending. Maybe I should just move over to Meld. Honestly, Claire, maybe I should move to Meld with you and just stop using Ecamm. I love Ecamm. I think Ecamm is awesome, but I want this level of control. I think I've got to have to make a decision. I've got my annual renewal coming up soon, so maybe I just don't renew. Oh no, the fact that lower resolution is the lower resolution is proper. I know. So what happens is YouTube requires a certain amount of data to be sent to them, right? And to maintain a nice stream, and it's quite low. It's very low. But for whatever reason, Ecamm actually send less than that sometimes. Like especially if I haven't changed the scenes and this is like dynamically similar, but with my arms waving around. There we go. We've dropped again, I think. Oh no, the yellow message dropped off. It just changed, so it looks black, and it's like, oh no, black is good. Orange, yellow is bad. Black is good. Yellow is bad. But yeah. So it's one of those things. Claire says, "Yay, come on over." Yeah, I'm seriously considering it. I might. Do you know what? Next week we'll run a test with it. We'll see how it looks. We'll see what I can do with it. You may not even notice a difference. You may not even notice a difference. I'm just like thinking, what gear I've got. The only thing that I've got that Ecamm really does well, more than anybody else, is actually just being able to connect a mobile phone into it. But I think that's a Mac thing. I don't think that's an Ecamm thing. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have a play next week. Anyway, enough of that. YouTube, stop your shenanigans. We want to talk craft. So yeah, I'm gonna drink some more coffee. Let me just drink some coffee. What cups? What have you got in your cups today? I have my Survival Beveragino. It's quite warm, but it's good. All right. Now, I did get some mail this week. Do you guys want to see what I got in my mail? Because, you know, it was something that I ordered. I paid for it. I mean, it was on massive sale, so I was like, oh, yeah, I'll buy it. It's this. I bought one of these. It's one of the Kato iCord machines. I got mine in purple. It's got some shiny purple bits. I haven't put it together. So if we want to have a play with it, you're going to have to bear with me while I put it together. Is that something you're interested in? Or would you prefer me to actually like dig out some craft? Like your oh, look at this. Be careful that long hair can get caught in the knitting machine. So yeah, there's a bit of fluffs there. So we've got, oh, I didn't realize we could purl as well. Interesting. We've got a couple of speeds. It's the Kato thing. I haven't put it together. I mean, there's probably a video to watch. I mean, it's a knitting machine, right? It can't be much different to a like, you know, there'd be things that are the same between this and other knitting machines that I would assume. I mean, I could be assuming wrong. Should we try and put it together? So, what I do want to say is, being in Australia, hello, dumb, no one has Australian PowerPoints, right? I had to choose between UK or USA PowerPoint. And when it arrived, I was like, okay, cool. I mean, I ordered the USA because I have USA Power stuff here already. And then they sent me a message saying, hey, we don't have any of those ones left in the purple. You can either have blue or you can go with the UK Power. And I'm like, yeah, I'll go with the UK Power because I want that purple. And so I did that. I only to realise when it arrived, and actually have after chatting with Claire, no, I haven't tested it at all yet, Claire, is that it's actually got a USB-C plug in it. And one test I did do this morning was, you know, my little USB-C connection that I use for everything else. It works. So, I mean, I don't need to mess around with PowerPoints and stuff. All right, new toy, must play with new toy. There's a bit of that. I got it yesterday, and it sat on my desk for hours before I had a chance to open it, and then I opened it, but that's as far as I got. Let's have a look here. I need to know how it goes. Ignore them. I want to see it. That warning is only there because it's happened. Absolutely. I can believe it. Let's see it in action. Kelly says, good thing you stuck with the purple. Yeah, I would have been really disappointed if I went with the blue only to find that I could just connect it with any USB, like USB-C. Seriously. Looks like we are looking at the new toy. Yeah, we are. Yeah. Okay. All right, it's a knitting machine. So let's see in the box. This is the box. The box also is purple, so there's no guessing which model you got with a little cross on it. They've gone to the effort of printing everything separately. Makes it easier in the warehouse as well, like for people packing the orders. So it came very securely packed. Honestly, it was so securely packed. So I've pulled stuff out and looked at it and then dumped it back in because I was like, I'll just clean my desk off. I don't need to do any of this stuff today. And here she is pulling it all back out again. This is the cord that it came with, which I will not be using because UK cord will not work in Australia. I can get an adapter. I've got an adapter somewhere if I really want to get mains power adaptation. But as I have USB-C power already connected to my desk, I'm going to go with that, at least to start with. Anything else? No, that's it. So that's what comes with it. So you get yarn. Obviously, I'm super impressed by that yarn. Pop you back in there. Yep, and I've already got the instructions out because I was reading those. Oh no, that one goes first. Then this one, and then that. Box. So we've got all this stuff happening. Box back over there. All right. So we have to do a little bit of construction first. A bit of grease. When do we need to put the, do we need the grease straight up? It should already be greased. Oh, and here we go. There's the manual. It's a chunky manual. My manual came with its cover already ripped off, so I was super impressed about that. Excuse me. It's in multiple languages, but it's got great color pictures and instrucciones. So we're going to be using these instrucciones. Don't click on that. We don't know where that goes. All right. So first things first, we need to, let me just double check I'm not skipping past something. Yarn. Apparently we can't use cotton blend weight yarn. Why not? Why can't we? Weight 4. Weight 4 is pretty chunky. Yeah, I wouldn't put anything. Well, they put a 4 in. Let me just look here. Oh, they recommend categories 2 to 4, fine, light, mediums. But see, why is the cotton blend 4 not allowed, but you can have nasty acrylic blend 4? That's, you know, that's not good. Oh, and it doesn't like it when it's a multiplied yarn either. I get why that would be the case. It just would catch one strand and not the rest. Okay, good. So that gives you some good indications of different yarns. I like how it explains with wraps per inching. That's great. That's information everyone needs. Alrighty, what do we need here? We need a little screw and screwdriver. So my pet peeve was I bought the purple set, but then my tools that it came with are all blue. So it would match the blue one beautifully. I don't have a blue one. And I like that they supply spare needles, because that's usually what ends up being the death of these sorts of machines, is being able to access these sorts of needles. I'm going to need this at some stage. Might as well pull it out. All right. Okay. Learning a new tool. Yeah, it'll totally split. You're right, Kelly. It'll absolutely split. Let's put a little skithers there. Nope, they're too light. Too light. We need something. Oh, there we go. Stop that. All right. Oh, once I got my hair stuck in the Addy King knitting machine. Oh, that would be awful. At first I thought, what could you do with that cord? Now there's all sorts of projects to use it on. Well, I mean, ultimately what I want to see if I can do with it is I would love to be able to turn some fine yarn, so some lace weights, into chain eddy style yarns. So I would love to be able to do that, but obviously I have to wait and see if I can do that. I don't even know. But I think I paid, I think the final amount that ended up coming off my credit card was like $160, which seems like a lot, but it was $250 at one stage. So this is Australian dollars. So, but yeah. So, all right. So let's start with this duty dude. What is the difference between the screws with the blue on them and the screws without? Oh, they've all got blue on them. Well, why they've got blue screws? Because I don't want blue screws. I want purple ones. Oh, you've managed to knit for 10 minutes without getting attacked. Well, you've said it now. You put that out into the universe. Also, why do we have 5 screws? There's one thing to screw in. Anyway, let's see. So I've got to clip that in there. Align the notch. Clip him in. Dodgy little screwdriver. We don't use dodgy little screwdrivers here. No, we do not. We use good screwdrivers. So I've got a nice little fine. Are you fine enough? Yep. Because I also like a magnetic screwdriver, so I can see where to put the screw. Is that working? It feels like it's not working. Oh, it is working. We're just about done. All right, that's in. That's not going nowhere. Let me just... Alrighty. Yeah, lame, not lame. If you want to know where I got my amazing screwdriver from, it's from Linus Tech Tips. I seriously want the little short one as well. I love this, but I want the little short one. All right, that's in. What else do we need screws for? That's done. That's done. thread our working yarn. So let's utilize some of the very interestingly spun yarn that they've supplied. Now, I want to say this. Kato, craft anything you dream of. So they've sent over 100 grams of, well, they say it's 100 grams of DK. That's 25 grams, 50 meters. Oh no, 50 meters. So they sent over 50 grams of DK. They're calling this, so they're saying DK is 3 light DK. It feels quite awful. Like, let's be honest, it's a nasty yarn. It's a nasty yarn. I don't know if it's going to work. I probably wouldn't put this kind of yarn through my standard knitting machines, but Kato sent it. It should work, right? Let's start. We have an end to our yarn, threading our yarn. Tail goes over there. Pull it up. Oh, so it's a bit like the okay, I see. So it goes on this side. Pull up, put it in the little channel. Okay, then the tail goes from the outside in to the little hole. Then we use our super duper hooky thing. Can you guys see everything I'm doing here, by the way? Just out of curiosity. Because I could zoom out if you, I might zoom out. Hang on a second. Let us zoom out. Where are we? We're on that one. All right. Nasty yarn doesn't want to go through this massive hole. This eye. There we go. Okay, then which way it goes through first? Is it the needle eye goes through? Oops, hang on a second. Let me just bring this over. Bring this over. So there's no way to get the yarn through without actually, there's a spot here that you can lift this cog off. So I have to actually lift it off because there was no way to angle that out to get it out to do the cog separately. So that step happens all at once. So you lift the cog, top, oh yeah, they tell you to do it that way anyway. All right. As shown in the picture, the yarn is threaded. We're threaded, everybody! We're threaded! Oh, Claire, I agree. Where is our purple yarn? Absolutely. Does Chantal have a new desk mat? Not in the last 12 months, I don't think. I mean, I don't remember exactly when I got this. At least 12 months ago. Claire. Oh, this is so funny. Hang on a second. Just live stream. How much? Like. Alrighty. I asked my boss if he had time to chat earlier, but he's just gotten back to me now. I'm like, can't chat now. Live streaming. Sorry, dude. Okay. All right. So we are technically threaded. Oh, Leanne says, oh, the emojis aren't coming across. Let me have a look. Did I? Oh, for some reason, it's tiny. Could we make it full screen here because it's not letting me even click on it over there. They are technically, well, this is one of those things, Tracy, where it probably took me longer to work it out because it's the first time I'm doing it. But basically, it's through there, and straight through the hole. And once you do it more times, it would be fine. Let me have a look here. Emojis. It's locked. Let's unlock it. Is the scene locked? The scene should not be locked. Unlock the scene. Widget. Let's see. I can see it, but it's so tiny, and then when I hover away from it, it doesn't let me actually change it. So I'm gonna have to play with that later. We'll do that another day. So what's next? Now we have to just load up the needles, right? That doesn't seem that hard. I mean, is it just the 2 needle thing? Let's have a look. Okay. We have it on off. We have it on knit. So check. Probably need to put the power on. There's your little power hole. Power. Okay. We have that. We need to open all our hooks. Hooks are all open. Then we need to hook. The little book's being painful. We need to hook number 1. Then skip number 2. Then hook number 3. This is all pretty standard knitting machine threading. And then it says to turn the knob. Go to knit in time. Then skip the second hook, turn the knob. Okay, then we're over the 3rd one, and then you have to bring that in front. I think. Hang on. Back down again. Into the 3rd one. Okay. And that needs to go there. Okay. I think we're done. I think that's it. That looks normal. That looks like normal windy chain thingy. Okay. You're all watching and concentrating for me. Thank you. I needed that extra concentration. Alrighty, let me just, so I've got to pull on the little tail. I got the tail out this end. And then what do? Automatic knitting. Tighten the yarn and then turn on the power switch. Gear 2 for better knitting. So let's just start with gear 1. Oh, it's coming out. Oh, you can't see it. I'll move it. I'm gonna move it. It's coming at the end. All right, and then once it's out, do I need to do anything else? I mean, other than make sure this yarn doesn't get tangled up. Nah. This is making this little thing now. Woohoo! So it's just a case of making sure you feed it in properly, get that initial thing done properly. We've got the other end. I'm going to let it feed off the table. We're going to do this whole 50-gram ball because honestly this yarn's awful. I'm not going to use it for anything else. This is such a nice I-cord. And that end is ready. Hanging on every move. Yeah, like I honestly think that this is one of those things where, yeah, the first time took forever to set it up, more because I was afraid of breaking it. And I'm not going to be undoing this thing again, so that's not going to need doing up. And then now that it's just confirmed it's the same setup as a normal knitting thing, it's a little loud. Also, it's directly under the microphone. But the advantage is you could put it in a room you don't use that much and just set it to go and do its thing. I'm curious to see how much we get out of the 50 meters. So what they say is 50 meters. I didn't measure it, so I don't know. But what they say is 50 meters. How many meters do we get? I would assume it'd be, I'm going to go with a fifth. Because like there's 4 stitches. And yeah, so I'm gonna guess a fifth. So let me know in the chat, what do you think 50 meters of this will create? Let me know. What happens if you do purl? Look, I think that they call it knit and purl, but if you see here, that dial is spinning. I think it's actually just forwards a knit stitch. I don't think it purls at all. I don't think we get purling. I think this is one of those instances where it's made in another country, and rather than doing a manual action on a stitch, this is not knit purl. This is just knitty knit all the way. Okay. Leanne says, I'm very entertained right now. I just sit and watch. Better than a goldfish. You know what? Me too, to be honest. I'm going to sit here and drink coffee over it. Cop that, Cam. Check out this action. Although it'll eventually go, oh, we've watched the same thing for ages. There's nothing dynamic going on here. You may have no signal. Get in there. I probably didn't need quite as long a tail as I've got, but that's learning. We'll learn things. Because there's also like a cast off method here that once we get to a certain length, I'll check that out too. I got behind. I was too busy making it pretty. How long do we need for our cast off tail? Just so I can keep an eye on that. Automatic knitting. Oh, it actually says you don't need to keep holding the tail until the little I-cord comes out, but they recommend the beginners do. Oh, so you don't need much of a tail at all, so that's cool to know as well. Although it doesn't do a proper cast off, you do have to bind off the ends. That's all right. That's okay. That's pretty normal as well. Have you seen the bags they're making with this I-cord maker? No, I haven't. It's actually surprisingly quick. We've just about done our 50 grams. We're nearly done here. And there's no issues. Even with the bunching up, it doesn't seem to slow it down. Okay. So I'm just reading the instructions on casting off. They say cut the yarn, we've just used to the end of the yarn. And then power the machine off after the yarn. So It just says cut off the yarn and then power the machine off after the yarn depletion. So do I, but then, okay. All right. And then you lift up your little tail, pull it out. There we go. That's our end. They supply us with a little weaving in needle. Again, blue. Again, blue. Oh, Francis can't make it to retreat. Oh, no. Is it a date thing or is it a distance thing? Like, just out of curiosity. I mean, I can't change either, to be honest, but I am just curious. Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm quick. I'm surprised at how quick it is. All right, how do they recommend we weave these ends off? So find the end of the yarn, pull it out until there's 15 centimeter tail. See, that's the thing. I'd left a 15 centimeter tail, and now I have to do that. All right, I have my tail. Then I thread the yarn onto the tail. It's just weave it through all of them, pull it out. Enough with the blue. I agree, Claire. I bought the purple one. Where's all my purple things? Like, I do have, like, I've got these actual exact same needles in some different colors. I'm gonna see if I've got a purple one. I'm gonna change it out. The I'm gonna have to have done that right. Seems right. Okay. And then really? That's it? No, I don't agree. I'm gonna go back because I don't want my end coming undone. Go. And then they're like, just go through, just sort of poke your needle down through a pile of the stitches, pull it out, and then trim it off. Yes, trim it off. All right, do we have any guesses on how long the Sneck's going to be? Now, I was going to say I did buy this directly through the Kato website, but we'll have to wait and see. Do you know what? Like, I sort of can't compete with Rome, Barcelona, and Naples and Florence and Athens. Like, I too would be going to that trip. It sounds amazing. All right, did everyone have a guess on what they think we got out of our apparent 50 meters or our 25 grams? I can weigh the 25 grams and see if we got 25 grams legit. I had to use my scales for the other live stream, and I think they're all a bit shocked that I have scales just right here. I mean, it's 22 grams. It's not 25. Unless they count the 25 grams with the label on, which is just stupid. No, it's still only 23 grams with the label on. Okay, so it's not 25 grams. And so therefore it won't be 50 meters. So, calculator. Let's work out what the actual meterage is. If those meterage terms are correct, we go calculator, click, clear. We go 25 divided into 50. Or do we do it the other way around? No, it's the other way around. Oh no, 25 divided into 50. That's a percentage, Chantel. So it's 0.5 of a gram per meter. So if we've got 23.7, no we don't, because that's got the label on it. We've got 22.78 times 22.78 equals 11, that's, I did something wrong. 0.5, so for 0.5 of a gram, I can't work it out. 0.5 of a meter. Yeah, so it's half a gram per meter, basically. And we've got 22.76 grams. So that equals, so by 2, so we've got 45 meters. All right, that's how I worked it out. All right, everybody, that's how I worked it out. So we apparently start with 45 meters. And we have this. Let's put out our 1 meter tape measure. There's 1 meter there. I mean, we could use my body, but we're not going to this instance. We're not going to do the body measure. We're going to use an actual tape measure. I mean, it's a bit old, could be a bit stretchy outy, but it'll do the job. All right, so that's 1 meter down to there. Okay, I've got a feeling we were all being overly generous. I don't think we're going to get anywhere near. I thought, oh, if it's 50 meters of yarn, we might get 10 meters of this. I don't think so, but let's measure it. So we've got, so if we've got, what we worked out, 45 meters of yarn, 45 meters of yarn went in. We're guessing at how much came out. Now, I mean, it may not be 45 meters, okay, but one of those went in, this came out. We've got lots of 7s, 8s. Bianca says 5. Crochet with Claire says 11. Leanne says 3.5. Knit Spin Girls has 4. All right, I'm going to start measuring. I'm trying very hard to not stretch it. 1. That's 2. Let's be coiled up there. 2.5 meters. 2.5. Who said that? Leanne said 2.5 meters. We have approximately 2.5 meters for 50 grams of yarn. You're really going to want to do that. You're really going to want it. So what I was kind of hoping for, that's crazy talk. I mean, it's quite dense. It's very thick. This could be so much fun for coiling into rugs, for bags, things like that. And especially if you've got a lot of like acrylic. Yeah, Leanne's got 2.5 maybe. But yeah, it was 2.5 meters. It's not a lot. But it's also, this is quite thick, quite dense. I mean, look, I'll be honest, there's some good stretch to it. So yeah, you could make some fun jewelry and stuff with it. But what I want to try and do is try and put some finer weight yarns through it and see what we get out of it. Because I think what'll happen is, this is quite dense. So like standard knitting machine needles, they can't cope with anything more than like an 8-ply. And they create quite a dense knitted tube, right? So I'm thinking if we go with something like a 4-ply or even a lace weight, I'm going to go to 4-ply first. Ultimately, I would like to see if it can do a lace weight. I don't know if it can, but according to their website, it says it can do a 2 to like, so technically depending on the lace weight, it might be able to do it. But if you've got like a 600 meter lace weight that you're just not using, but you love the color and you can turn it into a chainette yarn, oh my God, hello. That's what I want. That's what I want to do. I want to be, because who here knows my obsession with chainette yarns? Let me know in the chat. Do you know my obsession with chainette yarns? Hi, my name's Chantel. Have you met me? I really like chainette yarn a lot. A lot. Okay, let's have a look here. Yeah, it was absolutely only 50 grams worth of the yarn. But my point being, we worked well. It wasn't even 50 grams. It ended up being less. But instead of being 50 meters, which is this is 50 meters, once you turn it into this, it's 2.5 meters. So that's a much bigger downgrade than I was anticipating. Admittedly, I didn't stretch it. When you're working with it, you probably stretch it out a little bit just to give that. So, I mean, it's probably more if we stretch it. So I'm going to do the body count. So if you guys don't know what body count means here in this instance, it's not what you think it is. A while back, we all worked out where a meter was on our body. So I'm going to go here. So that when you're doing things, you don't need your tape measure for every single thing. If near enough is close enough, pull out a 1 meter mark, or if you're in the US, a yard, or whatever it is that your preferred measure do is. Hold the meter mark in your fingers. So just hold it there. Put your arm out as far as it'll go, and then measure to where that is. Try and keep it as straight as possible. So for me, my meter mark is my mid shoulder area, right? So I know that. I know that my meter mark is this sort of right on the bone for me. I can feel it. So you do you, boo. But I push the arm right out. We want to stretch this time. So if we're stretching it, that's stretched. Oh, we're getting way more out of it if we stretch it. Oops, I've got it wrapped it around here. We've already at 2 meters. Oh, I lost my 2 meter point. Hang on, I'm going to start again. 1, 2, 3. So about 3 and a bit. 3 3/4, I'd say. So we've gotten a lot more meterage if we give it a little bit of stretch. And I don't think it's lost anything by giving it a bit of a zhuzh. Yeah, it's one of these things where until you realize how much you're measuring stuff, especially in meters, so I know it's just here. And so everyone's a bit different. Some people have got much shorter arms than me, so their meter points for most people have much longer arms and their meter point is further over towards closer to their chest. I have little short arms. This is my measurement for my particular body. But yeah, when you give it a bit of stretch, you do get a lot more out of it. I got 4 and that much. What's that? That's about 20 centimeters. So yeah, giving it a stretch gives you a lot more. And I don't think it loses anything by being stretched. Obviously, it would depend on what you want to use it for. But I don't think it loses anything. So you get about 4 meters. All right. Should we try and... I've got like massive amounts of 4-ply cotton. Like right here. Should we try some 4-ply cotton, or is the cotton going to be all like, oh, I don't want to be I-cord? Who's used one of these? So yeah, I don't know. Like, has anyone who's used one of these tried it with cotton? Maybe we should just try it with some cotton. Let us try it with the cotton. So this is Bendiglo. Bendiglo. Or do I want to try it with this? What if it's awful and then it ruins my cotton? Let me find something else. Do I have something I can use handy that I'm willing to sacrifice? Who's the sacrificial lamb today? Let me have a look. DK cotton. I want 4-ply cotton. Wool. Fine. We're sacrificing the good big ball. It says no cotton for a reason. Does it say no cotton, or I just sort of said no DK weight cotton? I'm not going to put DK weight cotton in there. I was going to put 4-ply cotton in there. Yeah, of course. It's totally me affecting your algorithms. No. Yes, legit me. No. The instructions definitely say no 4-ply, no DK weight cotton. Where's the instructions? Let me just reread that. Let's see if I missed a section. If it said, I'm really ticked that it came with its little cover already ripped. That bugs me. I'm going to have to get some sticky tape on that. Okay. It is recommended to give priority to the I-cord yarn provided by the Day. Well, like, they give us 50 grams of dodgy, nasty acrylic blend. Like, who's going to be using that for everything? That would be not me. Not I, she says. It says cotton blend yarn weight 4, but this is yarn weight 3 cotton blend. It's not 4. Let's test it. Come on. Let's try not to blow you up on our first day out. Can't guarantee it. Can't guarantee it. Let's go back down here. So this is the Bendigo Italian clay. This is 670 meters. It's a 200 gram ball. It's probably one of my favorite cottons in the world. I love Bendigo 4-ply cotton. It's really fine. So the other thing is Bendigo cotton, right? Even their DK, not DK, okay? Like, let's just be honest here. I'm just getting rid of some yarn bath here just to make it easier. Now, if you've not used a knitting machine before, over tensioning is or incorrect tensioning is the evil of, no, it didn't say no cotton. It said no DK cotton. This is 4-ply cotton. I'm going with the letter of the law on this one. So we go up there, in there. There we go. This dude through here. And then, yeah. So what I'm hoping is we get a nice chunky but lofty cotton weight yarn. So in through the middle, lift his little doobie whacker up. Come on, little doobie whacker. There we go, we got the cotton. Now, I made a really big tail last time and I don't really think I need it. There we go, that's better. That's a little bit of a tail at that end. I've got just a little tail for grabbing on. Claire says, I didn't even get that book with mine. Okay. I love how you say, screw it, let's test it for the people. Absolutely. We have to work out if these things are going to work how we want them to work. Like, I've spent my money, so if this doesn't work for you, you don't have to. I think the color changing was pretty easy to. Oh, I haven't done any of that. That would be super useful as well. It's something I should do down the track. Alrighty, let me just. Okay, we've got to flip open all the little duvers. Come on, little needle faces. Open your mouths. Okay. Alrighty, then we get this dude with his little hooky hook. And we want to go over that one. Is that right? Hang on. I need my book. I need the book to show me the pictures again. Put the needle in the other way. What do you mean put the needle in the other way? Okay. We've got that. We've done that. Okay, now we've got that. Cool, cool, cool. Let's feed this dude. Oh, we do the bottom first. That's what it is. So we go down the bottom and then up. So I used to doing this on my knitting machines by hand. And then bottom. And then up and over the top. And then we wind. We have to skip that one. Skip you. Miss a few, 99, 100. And then we skip that one, and then we go back to here. We need to pull you a little bit tight so you've got some tension. And then we oops, oops, that was me. All right, let's. It's working. Oh, I like that. It's a much softer tension. One thing I will say is I love the Lucid, right? Emma's talking about her Lucid here and she's already off and going. I love the Lucid. Oh, that's way nicer tension. The catch being, it's very easy to not get the right tension for a Lucid. Does it have a recommended speed for the fall? New language. Okay, no it does not. So I'm going to speed it up. Put the ball so it can feed easily. All right, off it goes. It's racing. I should probably stick it over somewhere else so it's not quite so noisy under the microphone. I could totally do that. Turn you off. The power cord will absolutely go over here. And then that can feed down there. That ball could be, yes, we can do this. We're just going to move this. Fingers across so don't destroy anything in the move process. Okay. All of yarn there. All the tools. So let's see. Can you see it in? You can see a bit of the action there. Let's see if we could just. There we go. All right, let's turn him on. Did I break you in moving your house? No, I did not. Yay. How's that? Is that noise better? All right, that's at level 2, which is what it was before. Where's that coffee? I need that. Okay. Alrighty. Now, did I see Beanie jump in before? Beanie, I'm sorry I didn't say hi. I hope you're still here. Good morning. Let's have a look here. Alright. It's going. Claire says, I think it even stops if it gets snagged. Well, that's good to know as well. Hopefully, like, because this, I didn't re-ball this yarn. It's just a commercial ball. And I've just, it's now reaching the floor. It's on the floor. Once it gets long enough, I'll bring the yarn over here so we can look at it. Bianca says, what weight do you reckon that I-cord is now? Oh, right now with a 4-ply cotton, it's legit a super bulky. So we've got this one. Like this is wide, right? This is a chunky boy. This is like, let's finger knit this, you know, like let's create something, but like that's a chunky thing, right? There you go. You can have that there. This one's similar width, but because it's so much narrower, when you stretch it out, it's going to thin out. Oh, you're still here just searching fonts? Cool, cool, cool. All right, let's have a look here. So this is where it's at, but it's like this one here is like solid, right? This one here goes flat. So that's your difference between the two just visually, but the tension is so totally different. I can't really come any closer yet, but this one is just so much softer and flatter. This one's firm and round. So totally different end product. It matches your drink bottle. Oh yeah, it really does, doesn't it? Like aesthetic much? Aesthetic much? So it's powering along here. And like the difference being like the acrylic did have like a lot of give, especially at the start. Whereas the cotton will get to a certain point and stop its give. But that's fine as well because it's cotton, right? I wonder if you could use your electric ball winder on the other end. I mean, it's currently using the same plug. So I'd need another USB-C plug because that's the one I use for the ball winder. But we know the ball winder works with a power brick. So you probably could, but the catch would be, I think the ball winder would catch up relatively quick because even at its slowest, let's just get it and see, honestly. One Kato electric ball winder. Oh, I just have to be careful I don't take that out with my chair. One electric Kato ball winder. Hello, power bricks, where are you? One power brick. And we need a USB-C to USB-C cord, please. Not a dodgy one. That's USB-C to USB-A. Can you take a USB? You can take a USB-A, yeah. Alright. Let's plug in this bad boy. I don't know if this cable will work. So that'll be the first sign. Okay, we have power. But see, that's the slowest that we can get that winding at. Now, with a bit of a head start, we could possibly do it. Now, it's going to have to go round. It's not going to be able to go through any of the tensioning on it. Oh, yeah, no. It's got to go round the tensioning, though. Because it can't go through the tensioning. Alright. Slow it right down. I think that's as slow as we can go. So I think it would, and I think it's struggling with the, I don't think it's going to create a ball. We'll see. Yeah, it's getting a bit too much tension, I think. At the low speed. Yeah, we're just about caught up. Yeah, we're caught up. So we have to, it catches up really fast. So one's much slower than the other. So I don't know if this is the best idea, but you could do it in like let it go, then wind some more, let it go, wind some more. We'll do that. We'll push all this. Look at all that junk we've got here today. Not junk, it's awesome tools, okay? We have all these awesome tools. It's not junk, it's awesome tools. Game Widow says, my giant package of fun fabric is out for delivery. Fantastic, that will be here. Oh, Beanie Draws absolutely has a YouTube channel. You should go and check it out. He draws dinosaurs and I love it. They're so cool. I haven't actually seen any of your recent content, so I may have just done a disservice to Beanie. He might be doing more or different or whatever, but he used to just draw dinosaurs. Yeah, I think lace weight would be very cool. But the other thing is it needs to be pre-balled. So I don't think I've got any lace weight in balls right now. I think it's all in skeins. I'm doing the full 200 gram ball, by the way. I don't know if you noticed that, but that's the plan. I'm doing the full ball. I don't think this cable is as high quality cable as some of the others. Now, coffee. All right. Did me moving it change the noise level for you at all? Like, just out of curiosity. And let's go back over here so you can at least see it working. This is powering along. It's just powering along. You know, it's just powering along. So, you know, where's Beanie at? He's nearly at 40,000 subscribers. Come on. And Kathy Arts is here as well. That's awesome. It's good to see you, Kath. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to do something with it. I'll probably crochet up a bag, or actually I'll probably knit a bag, truth be told. This would be quite chunky to crochet with. Oh, a little birdie. Would that be a little beanie shaped bird? Just out of curiosity. So yeah, I don't know what I'm doing with the cords yet. So far we're just learning how to make them. But this is so soft and squishy, honestly. Still probably too thick for garments, like, let's be honest. Like, at least here in the subtropics, right? Let's wind a bit more on here. I think there is a problem with this cable. I think this cable needs to go in the bin. Although it's a road cable, which just disappoints me no end. There it goes. Just wind on a bit more. All right. Kathy's eating while she's listening. Excellent. Or a little dino. Yeah. But no, like, what would you make with it? Like, let me know in the chat. It's coming out to be quite a bit chunky. I have a ruler. Let's do a wraps per inch test on it. If I can find a ruler. There we go. So the blue one, which we'll do first, we'll wait for a bit more slack in the clay color. So the blue one comes out at let's push it to there. So the blue one comes out at 3 wraps per inch. So that's 3 wraps, like just a little over 3 wraps per inch. Oh, hang on, you want that side. Just a little bit over 3 wraps per inch. This one will probably be 4 or 5 wraps per inch, I would at a guess. But I'll wait and see. So 3 wraps per inch is pretty chunky, all right? So that's more of like a making like letters and stitching them onto thing, creating. I used to do a lot of I-cord flowers for Abby. So yeah. One of my power bricks sits off when there's no drawer that needs to be manually turned on again. Yet this one, there's no way to turn it off and on. Oh yes, there is. Well, there we go. Let's see. I may have to do that with this one. I've never had to do it with other cords on it, but I'll check it now. Let's have a look here. We've got a bit more slack here. Let's see what we can do. So that's there. That's it. Okay, so untensioned, it's 4 wraps per inch. But I think under tension, which is not how we measure wraps per inch, we never tension the yarn. But I'm going to tension the yarn. under tension, it's 5 wraps per inch. That's why we don't tension the yarn, all right? Because it changes things. Holly says she would make a basket with the blue. Absolutely. Actually, do you know what? Can you see it? You can't see it there. I'm just going to do something janky here. See that green basket here? I had to hold some seriously chunky yarns together to get that to do, there we go, to get that to be that chunky. And that was still not thick enough. Like, according to the pattern, it was supposed to be like double that thickness. I could just use one of these. Oh, I'm going to need so much yarn. I need a source for cheap acrylic stat. Oh no, my thing fell off. I know, I said acrylic. I'm sorry, little hand-dyed 4-ply wool head cushion. Kelly is in the chat here. Hey Kelly, remember to thumbs up if you're enjoying it and consider becoming a channel member. For the cost of a coffee per month, you can help support me. Claire has lots of hearts. Hot pad rests would be great in the kitchen with the cotton. Oh, so this is the thing. There's some limitations with acrylic. You can't do anything with heat with acrylic. So no hot pads, no dish pad, like pulling things out of the ovens or trivets or anything. But with cotton, you absolutely can. So let me I'm going to see if pressing this button does anything. Oh, it does. Thank you, Gamer Widows. Let's wind up some more of this. It's starting to bundle up on the ground. Getting a bit tangled up around the body of my IKEA furniture. Look at this. It's starting to get ball-shaped. Look at us just making stuff with random things and expensive tools. Bianca says one of the dollar stores, a Spotlight, has some that's like $2 a ball. Yeah, I'll definitely be looking for it because I would love to make more of these baskets, but I want it to stand a bit better. So I think making it out of this chunkier, like already stabilized yarn, that could be a total game changer. And this thing's just powering along. Like, Claire, I know Claire, Crochet with Claire's got one. Claire, would you comfortably walk away from it and leave it unattended? I mean, so far from what I'm seeing, other than it making a mess on the floor, like you'd need a basket under it or something, so you don't end up with like cat hair in it. Hello, Tibbles, thanks for that. But aside from that, I think I could comfortably walk away from it. Let's have a look here. Leanne says, get out of town. It is wrapping. Awesome suggestions, Knit Spin Girls. What did I miss? Hang on. Knit Spin Girls, what did you say? Where did you say it? Does Kmart have any cheap yarn? No, look, Kmart doesn't really. I'd probably hit one of the $2 stores for one of their like acrylics that they have. Okay, I understand. Claire says that maybe only a few meters away, just in case it snags. Okay, yeah. It's like time to wind some more onto the ball. Man, I just like this ball that it's creating. Claire says that she uses a big bowl on the floor to catch the I-cord. A bucket would also work. Okay. Oh, you believe it was, okay, I now understand. Knitspin Girl suggested trying the winder with the I-cord maker. All right, I understand. It would be nice if they worked at similar speeds so that you could just have this like winding on very slowly just to get it happening rather than needing to pause and you know, like, I mean, it's not a biggie really. And the other thing is you can make a massive ball of yarn with this. So how are we going here? It's still got some complex, it's still got some solidness to the ball that it's winding from. It hasn't collapsed. So we've still got a ways to go. Where were we at? We're at 11:30. Okay. So we're testing, we're trying. So what I would say is if you don't follow me on Instagram, you probably should, because when I do the lacework test, I'll definitely post it on Instagram. I might pop it in here as a short, but I definitely will post it over on Instagram. So, because I've got to go and find some lace weight and ball it up and measure it. I want to make sure I've got like the meterage and everything all sorted. Oh, I remember the bowl that you showed yesterday with the 11 billion meters of cord. I remember that now. I didn't realize that you had it there permanently. Francis, have an awesome day. Have an awesome day. Let's wind this some more. Let's have a look. I'm just thinking if I could just, I can't really, the ball winder's too low. I could probably just prop it up on something, honestly. It's not like it's heavy. What have I got? Do I have an empty basket? Yes, I do. There we go. One empty basket. One propped up ball winder so that you can watch the ball. Now it's blocking the view of the... There we go. You can have everything. I'm trying to give you everything, honestly. I don't even need to be on screen for this, right? And Discord, please. I don't know if I can... I could post a link to Discord. I don't think I can host a video on Discord. Might be able to. I can test that theory. I'm like, oh, should we test it going faster? But I also don't want to change the tension on this because I can use this for something. Like, look at this. Like, it's... I'm like, man, I want a garment out of this. How fast could you knit up a garment out of this, honestly? Like, so fast. What size needles? I don't know. I guess I did know they make an electric skein winder. Yeah, I did. And it's actually not a bad price for an electric skein winder. Oh, wait. Don't pull it too far. There we go. Oh, you don't have Insta. Okay. Once you get used to the noise of the I-cord maker, you can work further away because when it snags, you hear the sound change. That was a bit like with my motorized skein winders when I was hand dyeing yarn, because I would have it skeining 3 skeins at a time. And I could walk to the other end of the house once I got used to it because you knew when there was a problem. You could just scurry back. Much scurrying. Holly says you make me want an I-cord maker. Look, Claire made me want an iCord maker, so I'm just passing it on. But if you do decide you want one of these iCord makers, please consider using my affiliate link. I don't actually have it in the description because one of the mods, they threw it in earlier. Could one of the mods throw my Kado affiliate in for me, pretty please? I'm actually super chuffed that it's doing the 4-ply cotton. Honestly, I was dubious because like it's anti-cotton. But it's actually powering through the 4-ply cotton. It definitely won't do a DK or a worsted weight, okay? So it won't like worsted weight yarn, full stop. It will take a DK. That's what this is. So unless you've got like a light worsted, which is technically a DK, you might get it to do this. This is sort of like its extreme end. But if you've got plenty of 4-ply around or even lighter, then that's probably going to be the ball game right there. So yeah, but I would say, like, how do I describe this? The Kado electric equipment, it's not top notch, right? It's not, but it's also not top notch pricing, but it also functions perfectly well. Does that make any sense? I've got the top notch equipment. I don't use it. It's a pain to set up. It takes up a huge amount of space. I've got this Kado electric ball winder. I have a $900 commercial electric ball winder. This I can do with my USB brick, and it creates a perfectly fine ball. They're a different shape ball than the other one, doesn't matter. It's a perfectly fine ball. I have zero issues with it whatsoever. And for the money, holy dooly. And now the other thing is, if you've got a couple of friends or you've got a couple of items, they do bulk deals. Add them into the shopping cart and check it out. I paid fully for mine. I love you guys so much, but other companies look at the channel size and go, maybe not. But then they send it to Claire, who then never posts a video. I'm just saying, Claire, post your video. So, not to be whingy, I'm totally being whingy, but what you need to do is go and have a look at what the deal is that you could get by buying a couple of things together. Because I know we bought 3 of the ball winders, a couple of us bought ball winders together, and it dropped the price so much. And keep an eye out, they have great sales. Claire says it's a perfect way to describe their products. I think they're perfectly good for the price they charge. So I know I paid $900 for like the good solid commercial ball winders for when I was doing commercial yarn. I don't do commercial yarn anymore, but this is great. Yeah, it's a little loud, okay? But if you've ever used a normal knitting machine, like, it's loud. They're just loud. They're not quiet because they're mechanical. They've got things moving. I'm actually wondering, like, it does supply some grease, so I'm wondering when it'll need a little top up, because it's got metal sliding in plastic sort of sleeves, and so it will need lubrication. Let me just, does the instructions tell us when to get the grease on the needles? Let's have a look here. There's probably going to be like in a section of troubleshooting. Okay, so if you notice it's starting to miss stitches, add some of the machine oil. So they supply the grease. Oh, there we go. That's the noise it makes when it's dealing with a knot. Made me jump 14 feet in the air. Did it wreck anything? It doesn't appear to have. I'm just going to have a look and see if it changed the tension coming out at the end. mean, it looks fine. I mean, I might not have waited long enough, but it looks totally fine. Oh, we need to wind some more yarn on. There we go. At this time, I'm looking at warping mills. Warping mills for you, I think, would be your next thing. I think that'd be a game change with all the weaving that you do. No pressure. Make your video. Yeah, they quite often have 20% off sales. Yes. And they're compact for when you want to take them places. I take this. This one travels with me to all my camps and retreats, honestly. Did Kato give you a discount code? You can find it on your Kato affiliate page. Oh, let me see. Maybe they did. I honestly couldn't tell you. I don't know how to log into my Kato affiliate account. Like, that just tells you how much I look at my Kato affiliate account. Oh, okay, it's through Awin. All right. I'm looking. I'm just double checking you guys can't see my hands typing my passwords. Not that I don't trust you all. All right. Oh, it's trying to make me change my password, but I just don't want to right now. Please don't make me do things I don't want to do right now. Okay, let me just... So frustrating. Anyway, I'll look at that later. Alright, I've got it. I just... My affiliate company is just being painful. Because I haven't logged in for a hot minute and they're like, you need to change passwords. And I don't want to. Not right this second. It's been painful. Let me just try. I don't even know. I really want to give you guys this code, honestly. If there is one, I want you to have it. That's basically what's happening here. It's trying to do everything automatically. Back to sign in. Thank you. I would like to sign in with my email address. So it just sends me back to sign in. It doesn't let me, Now, apparently there seems to be a... No, that didn't work. Yeah, I remember that when all those passwords are so simple. Mine aren't simple, and that's not the problem. It's not letting me... Oh, there we go. Now I've got it. Update and existing. It's finally brought my update and existing. No, it's not letting me do it. I'm gonna have to sit down with it and work out why it's being such a butt face. Sorry. Thank you for sitting. Let's have a look here. I just put it in my cart through your account, and I can purchase it right now for $1.55 and some cents. Okay. What was the retail at? Because last time I saw the retail, it was about $2.20, and I paid more than $1.55. Let me tell you that right now. I paid $1.60 something. Claire says it's fiberific. Claire knows what my code is. That's so funny. I probably used it for something else. All right. Has it got 2 F's at the end there, or is it just standard fiberific? Oh, yeah, no, there you go. You put in that typo. Leanne, do you want to toss in and see if that coupon code works for you? We'll do some live... Oh, someone bought a ticket to retreat during the live stream. That's exciting. That's exciting. We're just doing noisy stuff in here today. So sorry about the level of noise. Tell you what, I'm actually looking forward to next week where I can do noisy stuff all the time and no one will complain because Tim and Abby are going to the snow. I'll just run this baby overnight. No, I won't, because as we've seen, it does get snagged if there's something wrong. Well, I got a bit panicky because what was coming out of the ball was a little bit like meh, but it detangled itself on its journey. Man, I don't know what kind of meterage we're going to get out of this. Okay, so Claire says it was $225.19, and then with the discount you save $40. So Leanne, so maybe it already included the discount code into the affiliate link. Because Leanne said that hers was already down to $1.58 with just the link. So that's more of a discount code, more of a discount. And this is Australian dollars, guys. So just so you know, their website converts it to your local dollars. So I think, hang on, let me just double check my credit card. I think it was Australian dollars. I could be wrong. It was definitely, let me just check my credit card. I'm like making sure you can't see. Alrighty, credit card. No, I did pay, well, I paid an international transaction fee, and what hit my credit card was $169.50 plus the $5 international transaction fee. But that also included the postage, so, or free postage or whatever. That was the full amount that actually hit my card. Let's wind some more. we're starting to get some ball compaction now. We're getting onto the tail end of the ball. Oh, I didn't even see it either. Thank you, Leanne, for dealing with that. I was on a different screen. I was on the Kato screen. And we're not even going to time them out. We're just going to hide them straight up from the channel. You don't get to do that kind of stuff. Oh, wow, we've got some fun ones here. Just keep an eye out, Leanne. They're coming back with new accounts. Oh, that's actually a really important thing to point out. Their discount may be deeper than the discount that they give the affiliates. So make sure you double check that you get yourself the best discount that you can. This yarn is starting to, I don't want to lift, I'll lift it. But it's starting to compress down. I went from the middle, which I may regret later, okay? I may just regret later. Because you know what it's like. You think, oh, I'll go from the inside because it'll be less messy. And then you're just like, oh, that was... Now I have to babysit it while it deals with the compressed outer shell as it goes from there. Are you guys happy to hang out while we finish off this ball? Or do you want me to, like... Because what have we got? We've got like 5 minutes of normal time. But we're pretty close to being done here. It's your call. It's 100%. Do you know what? I'm going to keep streaming, and if you guys stick around, you stick around, and if you don't, you don't, and I totally understand. The chicken needle toppers are out for delivery as well. That's awesome. You got all your stock coming in. They are super cute too, by the way. If there's any of those left for a retreat, I would happily purchase some from you when you get here. So, yeah. But that's a pretty good discount, Leanne, from $225 down to $158. And this is the thing, you've got to find the best deals for yourself, but you've also got to know, are you going to use it? So, I mean, this looks so fun to me, and I'm getting just so many ideas. You guys know how long that yarn has been sitting there, right? It's been sitting there for like 11 million years, and now I'm like, man, I need to ball all 3 of the balls up, and I'm just going to make something. I got 30 sets coming. Hopefully there's enough for me to buy a set. Claire says, put me down for 2 sets. Holly says, I'll be knitting even after you finish. I'm always happy with the company. Awesome. That's so good. Because I really want to see how it goes. And we're getting so close to being done. I'm not going to measure it though. I'm going to be really honest. I'm not, because what I'll do is I'll measure 10 meters. So I will pull out 10 meters, and then I'll wind that up and weigh that, and I'll try and extrapolate from there. I'm not going to do the whole kit and caboodle, although it might be 10 meters. Because we got originally, what did we get out of the blue before we stretched it? We got 2.5 meters for 50 grams. So it may well be just, no, it'll be definitely be more than 10 meters. So. Oh, Leanne, can you make sure you report all those accounts as well so YouTube can deal with them too? That'd be great. because then YouTube goes through and looks at all their actions, and they actually boot them like permanently for everybody, not just one account in a chat. Like, they'll come back because that's what they do. They've got nothing better to do with their time, but they'll have to go to the effort of creating another account. Game Widow says, my enforced rest period is coming to an end, so I'll be starting back to work sooner than I'd like. Got to get stuff made for retreat. Yeah, I wouldn't worry too heavily on retreat, but you do need to make stock for your next big event. Let's get some more of this wound in. Claire says, I'm loving how you can wind the cake straight from the iCord maker. I wouldn't say it's intuitive. Like, let's be honest. I wouldn't say it's intuitive. Because the yarn coming out of the iCord maker is much slower than what the ball winder can do at its slowest speeds. So it is, keep a little eye on it. But like, how nice is this starting to look? Let me see if I can. I can't there. Man, Leanne's getting some work in today. Good job, Leanne. Oh, Game Winner, you've got requests. Okay, well, that's a different story right there, isn't it? So, yeah, totally different story. But this is coming along so nicely. Even if it just ends up being a new iteration of the display. No, it won't be. I'm going to use it. Maybe. Well, I will. I'll use it. Because how nice would this be as like, even like a finger knitted blanket, like for your couch or something like that? Like, I'm not a big fan of those, the big fiber ones, because they can't be washed and looked after. This could totally be washed and looked after. And you know what? You could totally do it with this as well. This could be washed and looked after too. Because that's the thing that really gets me about a lot of those like big fancy thick yarn or thick fiber where you go in and do it from that way. But, you know, it's just, just having the ability, like the yarn's actually spun and plied, and then you still get the bulkiness of being able to do the big I-cord knit. So having, like, it's like all the pluses if you want to do that kind of project, because I've instantly been turned off those projects because I have the fiber. I could absolutely make them. I'm not going to waste perfectly good fiber on a blanket that could never be washed. Yeah, those roving blankets, they're ridiculous, right? Absolutely ridiculous. Because you wash that once and it's either felted or it's fallen apart in your washing machine and you've got to deal with it. And your washing machine hates you now as well. Whereas something like this, you could get a lot of the same sort of visual and feel, maybe not quite as lofty and fluffy, but much more longevity. Like, there's nothing worse than making something and one wash later it's dead. Oh, it's getting so hollow. It's still got a little ways, but it's so hollow. Oh, the scale's there. I wonder if, where's the scale, Matt? I'm down to about 50 grams left. According to the scales. Game Widow says, I may have ordered over a kilo of fibre yesterday. Well, that's not enough for one of those little blankets. Not even a knee rug version. So what is everyone having for lunch, just out of curiosity? I've got random selection of whatever it happens to be in the fridge from U-Foods. I don't know what I'm going to have yet. Oh, Holly says, I did a bed runner with the roving yarn and it was pretty, but it didn't last super long. And that's the thing, they were gorgeous. They created softness and loft and they were beautiful. But they were never, like, they were not launderable. This thing's still going, eh? It's just, I'm very impressed with it. Yeah, roving blankets are really good for displaying, yes. For stores or show homes, that's right. They're no good, like if you've got a pet, bye-bye. Oh, we're having some, I might have to hold it and help its attention. Because it's getting flat now. It's pulling tight. Oh, a karage bowl, that sounds amazing. Corn fritters and chutney, that also sounds amazing. Chicken, cheese, bread, stuff. Fair enough, fair enough. Corn fritters and chutney were both homemade. Nice work, Leanne. I will say I don't find the Youfoodz meals to be particularly inspiring. They're perfectly fine. And they do the job, which is I always forget to eat lunch. So they make it so I don't forget to eat lunch. So that's a win. Bianca says that she's having a leftover mash and fried eggs with a mixed lettuce. Interesting. That sounds interesting. Debs is having a banana sandwich. Nice. I do like a good banana sandwich. Deb, your banana sandwich has got to be on white bread though, right? I know this looks like there's still lots left. There's really not. It's just, it's a hollow shell. It's totally collapsing. Oh, stop. There's a knot. Let's get the knot. Alrighty, let's try again. Leftover salmon, that sounds good. Amelia's having leftovers from yesterday's lunch. Good work. I love all the leftover usage for our lunches. Oh, what are you doing? No, don't bring out all that yarn bath with you. Stop it. It just pulled out an entire chunk. Oh, at least I don't have to hold it for a minute and just feed out the yarn bath. I highly recommend rewinding a yarn into cakes and then using your cakes from the outside. That's pretty standard knitting machine etiquette. So I would treat this just like any other knitting machine, honestly. And I should never have just put one of these balls on it. I know better than that, but I did it anyway. Crochet with Claire says, I think we're all noticing when there is a snag in the I-cord maker. Is anyone else noticing the noise change? I definitely notice the noise change. That's what attracts my attention. All right, let's see if I can wind some more of this while keeping it away from the feed-in line. Here we go. It's getting quite large, the ball. Leanne, you're on fire. I don't know if any of you can see what Leanne's doing here, but we've been, we haven't had this for a while, which means we get a bit slack, but we're being bombarded by a total toolbag scammer and spammer, and Leanne's just smashing him. It's so good. Thank you, Leanne. And he keeps coming back with new accounts and new accounts and new accounts and new accounts. But Leanne just is on fire. Go Leanne. Look, I actually, Amelia, I actually try to cook extra so that I've got leftovers in the freezer. So with my family being away, I've been cooking, like making sure there's like an extra serving of everything. So while they're away, I don't actually have to cook at all. So I get a week off cooking dinners. So I'm pretty chuffed about that. Crochet with Claire says that Beck has graduated. Oh my gosh. Congratulations, Beck. Oh, that's so good. That's got to feel amazing, honestly. Knitspin Girl Creation says, I have to rewind my yarn onto a cone for my circular sock machine. It hates any tension on yarn at all. Most knitting machines are like that, but I believe the circulars are the most sort of funny with it. I had a lot of problems with one of my flatbeds, which is where I learnt. I used to have to actually wax all the yarn before it went through the flatbed. It would not work without waxing the yarn. I stopped using that one. I got rid of it. It just wasn't worth the effort. So when you buy yarn from, like, you know, when there's places that sell yarn for machine knitters, that yarn has actually got a coating of oil on it, so that it can go through the machines easier. And it's a very light coating of oil. Only really the machines notice it. You can sort of feel it, but it's nothing too crazy. But if you buy yarn for knitting machines, that's what they've done. So if you can get it directly from a mill, and then, so they actually mist it while they're winding it. Oh, we're getting Yarn Bath Central going on here. Yeah, the machines like to control all of their own tension. There's ball winders that have a cone winder attachment usually. And if you don't have that, I highly recommend you get that. I'm just saying. But for the rest of us, if you just wound it into a fairly loose cake and worked from the outside of the cake, that should be enough. You shouldn't have to mess around with getting it onto cones. Wow. Oh. I think part of that one was me sort of trying to hold the yarn back while I detangled it. Because I could definitely hear it as I was like getting it ready for this. We're nearly there. I know I said that like 10 minutes ago, but we are nearly there. And you probably could increase it to number 3, but because I started with number 2, I don't want to potentially change the tension part the way through just to speed it up. But I think if you're happy to test out number 3 speed at the start of your I-cord, you could continue on, and I think it would take considerably less time. Considerably less. Alrighty, it's time to see if we can get some more on here. Now I'm going all Ghostbusters and crossing the stream, so I'm trying to be careful not to I don't want to lift it up. It's Been Girl says, I wind them manually. I use a winder similar to a weaving bobbin. It spins the cone and then I hand move the yarn up and down. The automatic ones are super expensive. Keep an eye on who is it? The guy who does the electric eel spinning wheels. He's put together a prototype already, and his stuff is relatively inexpensive, so it might do the job. Dreaming Robots is what his company's called. Dreaming Robots. We're getting there, she says, for the 11 billionth time. I will say, I can turn off the heater now. Oh no, I took the dial off. I bumped it. Well, either the yarn bath went through or it detangled itself. I hit the little dial and it just came off in my hand. So don't do that. Don't do that. I'm thinking the yarn bath either detangled itself because it was just a little knot that it created itself. But we'll find out in the I-cord down here. Or if it just knit it through. I can see a slight section where the tension changed, but there's no knot there. Oh, sounds like Abby's home. Oh, it's still $4.50. Okay. Yeah, that's still a bit pricey. Let's have a look. Can someone try doing this with the yarn on a Swift, then goes to the I-cord maker, then onto the ball winder? I mean, you could, but I don't know if it's worth the effort. Oh, this is getting real messy here now. Note to self, never work from the inside of the ball again. I've caused all my own problems here. All of them. All of them are my own problems. But we're nearly, I mean, I am going to bump up the speed and see what happens. I'm going to watch the tension. It doesn't seem to be any different, at least not in this yarn. Like the thicker yarns, if you make it go too fast, it can't open and close the teeth fast enough. I wasn't going to risk it, but I'm risking it now. I want this done. Yeah, Louie's letting us know that somebody came in the gates. Oh, we've lost all the, not lost, but all the middle stuff is gone. We're starting to be able to see through the ball now. Like it's quicker, but it's still going to take a minute or 5. But it's kind of weird when you can see the ball unwinding from, like on the outside, you can see it unwinding in the middle. Let's see if you can see it. We're nearly there, everybody. Everyone's being so patient. Everyone's so patient. Claire says, I have a heap of Bendigo 8-ply cotton. I wonder if it would go through. Look, normally I would say no, but with the Bendigo 8-ply, I would totally trial it. I would make sure that you've done, like, it's all cleaned and ready for a new batch, and I would totally give it a trial run, because Bendigo 8-ply is more like other companies' 5 or 6-ply. It is not chunky. So you might be able to get around it just because it's the Bendigo 8-ply. Other brands like the Peyton's 8-ply cotton blend, I wouldn't risk that. It's too thick. But you could always prove me wrong and have a go and see what it does. I don't want to touch this too much. It's getting to the real point where it's like janky. I'm winding iron cord. Abby's home, everybody.
You're a bit over.
We are a bit over. We're getting to the end of this ball. We're nearly there. We're making jumbo yarn, Abby.
Yeah, I can tell. It's pretty big.
The ball is so huge. Leanne in the chat says, hi, Abby. So does Crochet with Claire. Thank you for hanging out for this whole experiment. I went from like, I don't know what I'm going to do in today's live stream to, oh my God, we need to do this. And if I had have been a bit more organized, we could have been at the, oh my God, we could have been this a bit earlier and we would have been finished on time. But we're nearly done. Knitspin Girl says, hi, Abby. Claire corrected her spelling. She spelt your name wrong, Abby. So close. It's so close. How cool has this live been? Yeah, we got to do experiments sometimes, people. If we're not willing to experiment, we could be missing out on doing some seriously fun stuff. So let's experiment. So I went from, oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to use this live without having watched the instructional videos, to, let's just build this thing and go. We're in the messy part of the ball now, aren't we? It's like, let's not touch it. I'm actually just tensioning it down so it doesn't try and lift up from under here. It's pulling under. So whether or not that is a good thing, we'll soon find out. I would recommend, if you're going to sit right next to it, headphones, earplugs or something would be a good idea. Oh, Co Holly, getting that bag done. Fantastic work. Leanne says, don't forget it's at a really great price now. So it's $160 Australian. Okay, so that's Australian. So that's probably coming out to be around the $110, $120 US. Actually, would one of you, the US girls, mind just clicking on it and telling us what it is in US dollars, please? Just so I know, so I can tell people the right thing. There's no pressure to buy or anything. I'm just curious. Oh, we're so close. Oh, that's me, that's me. $123 US. Thanks, Teresa. All right, so you just let it go all the way through when you run out. And it's just feeding it out the end now. All right, we just need to weave in its little taily tail. So you have to undo a few stitches. So you've got a proper length tail. It's so quiet without it. I just like to tie off a little bit extra before then you feed it down inside the tube and then poke it out the side, pull that tail down and trimmage. So if you pull it a little bit like that and then release it, the tail goes all inside, so it's all neat. So that much wastage, which you could probably jiggery pokery it to be less. All right, let's wind this up. Got a little bit here on the floor from just the tail end. I don't have it clamped down, so. Oh, no, stop. All right, let's pull you off. All right, so this is our ball. Okay. This is the ball that we've made. That's our little tail. It's actually a center pull ball even. All right, let's go back to here. I'm going to hold it up. This is it. This is our ball that we've made. Let's grab the scales here. Okay, so it's a 206.7 gram ball. And then we're gonna that can I don't know why that got hidden. I think it's all very nervous right now. We're going to go from the outside just because it'll be easier to wind back on. And I'm actually going to give it like a little tension. So not a lot, but just a bit. So I'm going to do 3 meters because there's too much that can be different over 1 meter, especially with the end in. Okay, so let's wind that up to. Okay, so this is 3 meters. 3 meters is 11 grams exactly. I don't know if you can see that, 11 grams. So let me just write that down. Do I have something handy I can write on? There we go. 11 grams for 3 meters. Okay. So 11 grams out of 206. Can somebody else do that math? My brain is just hurts me so much. So 206. So we have 206 grams. If 11 grams weighs 3 meters, 206 grams weighs, so calculator, 11 divided 3 equals 3.6 by 206. No, that's not right. I did that the wrong way around. I did how many grams. So 11 divided 3 equals 3.66 grams per meter of this. So 206 divided into 3.66. 56 meters. 56.28 meters. It's not a lot of meters, but in saying, oh, thanks, Bianca. I got there eventually. In saying that, add a little bit of extra tension on it. You could probably get closer to 60. But also, like, you could probably do the front of a top with that easily. Or like a table runner or something. Oh, that's all right. It happens sometimes, Leanne. We get a bit trigger happy when the trolls have been hardcore, which that one was. So yeah, Bianca come in with the math. The math was probably on the screen while I was getting the math wrong and then finally getting it right. I went backwards with it. Sorry about that. So yeah, so I don't know what I'm going to make with it. I'm going to have to do a little testy swatch. I would certainly think knitting rather than crocheting because it's going to be so much denser even with crochet. But let me just do some finger chains here and we'll just have a quick look and see how it looks. Just worked. It actually flattens out beautifully. Man, I can't wait to do this with lace weight now. Seriously, I can't. Let me just zoom in here. So that's I mean, I could probably grab a hook. What have I got? Big hook. Come on, big hook. Where are you? That's the biggest one that's here. It's a 7 mil. That's a joke. I've got bigger than that somewhere. I reckon you're going to need at least a 10 mil if you're going to crochet it. Maybe a 12 mil. But that could create something beautiful in itself. Yeah, 7 mil's not quite big enough. But I think if you knit it, it would be better. I think it's too dense with crochet. But this is 4-ply cotton as an I-cord crocheted. So you just need to, I think it could work. I just think definitely bigger than a 7 mil. I think all my big hooks are out in the lounge room. There we go. And I reckon that would make a gorgeous basket, as is. No need to hold multiple strands together. Bring it on. For sure. Oh yeah, definitely. That would definitely work as a basket. Oh, absolutely. I think you could absolutely weave with it, no problems whatsoever. Other than the fact that my hook size is not the right size for this yarn, it is not a problem to work with at all. I mean, it's Bendigo cotton. It feels amazing. I just think it needs to be made into something gorgeous. Now, I've absolutely got to test out this guy with lace weight. That's not today. And go from there. But yeah, it's absolutely stunning, and I love it so much. I'm glad I got it. I was really worried that when you buy something and you're like, oh, this is not going to be worth it. This is so worth it. This is so worth it. I'm going to have so much fun with it. And I think it's going to just make up gorgeous baskets. Absolutely. I think no problems at all. No more holding multiple strands together, hoping you get all the, don't lose any. Yeah. I think it's going to be amazing, and I need to make more of it. And the other thing is, like, while we, we put this on a ball winder just for cuteness factor. I mean, it's seriously cute. The reality is you could join on the next ball and just keep going and just wind it into a basket and use it directly from the basket. And then you don't have to you wouldn't have to join the yarn, but you would sew join this yarn, like as in find both the ends and literally do you would sew the join together. You wouldn't do a standard crochet join. Please, when you do the lace weight, let us know. Absolutely, I will. I will absolutely. My biggest issue is that I just have to find some lace weight I'm willing to risk, and also ball it up, because all my lace weight's in skeins. So yeah, but this would be fantastic for a trivet. I think if you're going to use it as a pot holder, like as in getting pots out of the oven, there might be a little bit too much airspace in there. But I'm going to make one and test it out, but it would absolutely work as a trivet without a doubt. Without a doubt. All right. Okay, my lovely friends, I have held you up for so much longer today than usual, and I so appreciate you all being here for this experiment. So much fun. I'm definitely going to be getting some work out of this purple guy here. Now, and also, just as another reminder, if you are buying it and you can only get the color that you want in another region, I just plugged it into a USB-C. I'm not even using the plug or the cord that they supplied. I've just plugged it straight into a mains power USB-C. So you don't even need to worry about that, because it does not come with an Australian plug at all. You've got a choice of UK or USA. That's it. Leanne says also play with color changing. Absolutely. Like, you've got so much choice. You've got so much choice. So I know what you can do the next live. I'm hoping to have it done before the next live. That's like, I've got other things I've got to get done today, but I'm like, I want to do this. Anyway, I will catch you all back here next week. Be good, have fun. Don't be afraid to experiment with things. It's just yarn. You can pull it out and go again. I'll catch you all next time. Bye now.